What's up, brother? How are you?
What's going on, buddy? I have to. Hey, everyone. We'll have to restart. It's okay. It happens.
Shit happens, man. I don't think there's anyone yet, so no worries. Okay, we have one viewer. That's
Hey,
good
welcome.
enough to start. So let us know what can we see behind you and where are you today, because it's not your usual setup.
Yeah, letting my what's up, Zeke? Good to see you. Letting my
To
wife
see.
chill. I'm in the garage with the Jeep, and we'll chat. We're chatting about West Memphis 3 today. I take it.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. And that's a Jeep you are like constructing with your son. That's right.
Yeah, I'm renovating. Uh,
Renovating.
no, just with myself.
Cool, man.
Um, he's busy being a teenager.
Oh man, that's a lot of work on your shoulders. It's like what, 50% done, or
Oh no, I've
oh,
uh, I've just I've got it about a quarter of the way taken apart.
okay,
I'm taking it all the way down to the frame, and then I'm gonna remove all the rust and paint it and work on the suspension and engine and exhaust, shocks. I need new tires, figure all that out, and then I'm going to put the body. I think I'm gonna buy actually they make fiberglass bodies for them that are just a couple grand, not too expensive, because mine's pretty rusted out, and so
okay,
it'll make it a lot
cool, man.
easier.
Nice. Well, as you know, I'm in Colombia. I'm on vacations, so I'm kind of tired today, but I'm gonna do my best to have a
What?
decent match.
Glad you're enjoying yourself on vacation. Took your
Yeah, yeah,
time
yeah.
out to do this with us.
Happy to happy to be with my family, man. So still 1 week here, and then I'm going back to Colombia. So today we're playing the third game. We are even Steven so far,
Well,
and
this
we're gonna
game,
talk.
yeah,
Go ahead.
this is for all the money. Just kidding.
For sure. And today we're gonna talk about the case of the West Memphis Street, right? That's the
Yeah,
idea. So I don't know how
I
can we
remember this
start with that.
case.
Yeah,
Here,
go ahead.
let me send you an invite for the chess game, and then we'll get into the chess or into the case. Um, challenge 60-minute play. All right, ready to click that link. There it is.
Okay,
So
we're there. So people are showing up so far.
oh, good. So what do you guys in
Yeah.
chat think about the West Memphis 3 case?
So what is like your overall take on this case, Hoosier?
I I think it's simple, honestly. Um, there's no there's not really any evidence linking them to the crime. No physical evidence, except for you and I were talking about candle wax. We'll get into that, which is interesting. But there's DNA. In 2007, the boys were excluded because there was DNA of a male that didn't match any of them, nor the victims. And I remember growing up, and this case has been, a lot of people get mad about their feelings about this case, but that's all right. It's just opinions, right?
Sure. No, no, I agree. I agree with you, man. We have Precosint, we have She-Books, we have Lynch
Hey, Boogs.
Mob. Yeah, happy to have you here, guys.
Explain.
The crime scene. What's your interpretation, or what do you think is something ritualistic? Is something related to, I don't know,
They just
sexual related? How do you see
pro-
that crime scene?
so there's a website that has all the case data, crime scene photos, autopsy stuff. I was looking at it a little bit, and it doesn't seem ritualistic at all to me. It just seems like they were kind of just put, like, died where they were killed. Or left where they were killed, basically. Yeah, they were hogtied, but do we know if they were moved at all?
Apparently, there were a lot of blood. There was a lot of blood at the crime scene, according to the luminol test, let's say. So it seems that the crime occurred there at the crime scene, according to my research, let's say. But it's not discarded that the crime could be in another place. But I think, according to the luminol test, it happened at the crime scene. That's what I understand. It's a good comment from Shebooks. I see it as a punishment. I agree. It's like they were trying to humiliate, to do some type of humiliation to the guys. I'm lost with the pronunciation here. They were trying to apply some type of shame to the victims. So humiliate the victims. I don't know. It's
I
a
don't know
good
if
question.
there's no evidence of sexual. So, like, there's other. I think it's a turtle bite, like, but there wasn't any sexual assault, right? That they could tell.
No, apparently there was not. And one thing that was really weird, or not weird, but that was part of the crime scene, was that the penis of one of the victims was cut, and
Right.
for other victim, the skin of the penis was cut. But as you said, it seems to be like the effect of a turtle bite. So there were, like, let's say, a sexual connotation, but there was no rape, right?
Yeah. I didn't have a lot of time to go over every detail. It's been a while, but I wanted to have this discussion. I've been on the fence, like, I don't know. It depends. I feel like a lot of people, it depends on what they read. I was asking AI some questions about it too, and even when I was asking, like, what's the evidence that they're guilty, it was like, there isn't any, not really, like.
Yeah.
Jesse Miss Kelly. So a lot of people think confessions are good enough. Like, even in the Delphi case, I think it's ridiculous. People confess all the time, but there were inconsistencies, and a lot of it. There was a lawyer that really thought Jesse's description came from a news article with a picture in it, and that's where he got his, like, information. And so it's like, people, it's not hard to get information and weave it into a story type of thing, or because when you're being interrogated and shit, they're telling you all kinds of things, right?
For sure. And I don't want to be like politic here, and I'm gonna tell it as it is in my opinion. The guy who was confessing, Jason, for the crimes, he was borderline with retardation, and he was
Yeah.
being under that interrogation during more than 12 hours. So the interrogation, the confessions are questionable, and there were a lot of elements that didn't match the actual situation of the crime. The timing he provided was wrong. He said that the killings happened during the morning, and actually it happened like at 6:30 p.m. And there were a lot of elements that there were not consistent with the actual elements of the crime scene. So when you have a guy with low intellectual coefficient, almost retarded, sorry, I'm gonna be just straight, and you have this guy being pushed by law enforcement, being pressured by law enforcement during 12 hours, and you have inconsistent information about the crime scene. So to me, that confession is just is not valid, in my opinion.
Right. And then you have the two kids that said they overheard Damien Eccles confessing, but that's hearsay, right? I mean, it really can't be
Exactly.
used.
I want to read the comments of the guys here. She said that she agrees that they were likely killed where they were found. I think that she knows good stuff about this case.
She's really
Lynn,
smart.
she's really smart. She's dangerous. She's dangerous. Just kidding, guys. She books. Lynch mob. I don't know anything about this one at all. So today we're gonna learn a little bit about it. Thanks for being here and for joining us. She books. You have to watch the documentaries Paradise Lost. Yeah, those documentaries were great, but we have to accept that there's a bias there, right? There's a bias toward the innocence of the guys. So, but I agree. The three documentaries were awesome. I watched the documentaries a long time ago. I guess you did the same, Hussein.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've watched, or I don't know if I've seen that. I don't know if I've seen Paradise Lost, so I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, that was the documentaries made by HBO. And I don't know if you remember the first scene of that documentary. We can see the actual bodies of the guys being extracted from the creek, and there is that song from Metallica One. It's hard to watch that, and it's the first second of the documentary. It's like they are punching you with that image. It's really heavy. Shibuk says no sexual stuff. I'm not. I understand that there was no rape, but just the fact that the guys were stripped, that one of the penis of the guys was cut. To me, there's a sexual connotation. Yes, no sexual attack, no sexual assault, rape, but to me, there's a sexual connotation.
Well, I mean, like you said earlier, though, it could just be a way to shame them.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, isn't I forget his name. What's his name? The stepfather or father of one of them? Jeez, I'll switch.
Terry Hobbs?
Terry Hobbs.
I think so, yeah. He was like an abuser at home, so he had like a history of violence. I think there's still a main suspect for a lot of people following this case. So it's an interesting actor here, for sure. Do you think the crime was committed by one single person, by multiple perpetrators? What's your idea about it?
So this is weird. There were 3 different knots.
Exactly.
Each boy had a different knot with the shoestrings. I I'd look at somebody that either knows a lot about knots in general, or like, because it's really weird. That doesn't really happen. And I think
No.
that was a big part of the case against them, was the three different knots. Like, oh, these three boys, the confessions, the knots, the satanic panic was a huge part too.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that to be able to make those type of knots, you have to be like an older guy with a lot of experience. I don't see those three guys doing those type of knots. I don't know. Uh,
Yeah,
to me,
unless they were Boy Scouts or something, right?
yeah, and I
'Cause
think
the
the
Boy
three guys
Scouts learned not.
they were Boy Scouts, the victims. I
Oh,
think
the victims were?
I think so. I don't know if she books can correct us here,
What
but
if the
that's my.
killer had them tie each other up?
That's a great point. That's a good theory. Why not? That could
So
be
maybe
part
the
of
killer
the
tied, like the
one.
killer had them one tie, and then he tied the final one or something. But I
Sure.
don't know.
Yeah, that could be a plausible scenario for sure. I'm so distracted. I'm gonna lose like a pig today for sure.
It's okay.
Uh,
We're gonna do this every couple of weeks. We'll be fine.
yeah. So let's see. She books.
I'm so distracted too. I missed that.
I can see it. Yeah. No, we are distracted. It is a lot like Delphi. No obvious sexual factor aside from the bodies being nude. Yeah, and there are a lot of similarities between, in my opinion, between Delphi and the West Memphis Three. We were talking the other time with she books in a previous live, but she was on the chat in the chat, and yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, man. It's something. That crime scene is really, really weird. And another thing that was used to tie Damien Eccles with the crime was that they found a knife. I think it was like in a lake or something like that behind his house. And one of the victims, he had some, what's the name for that? Some marks. We're not talking about stabs, but some marks that were consistent with the shape of the knife, but still not enough, in my opinion, to conclude that he was the killer or something like that. Another interesting thing there is that the day of the murders, and this is a similarity with Delphi. There's a witness that observed Damien Eccles like madly walking near to the area of the crime scene, and that's interesting. But again, I don't see any direct evidence for the conviction of those guys.
So Damien Eccles is trying to get MVAC technology used on the DNA from the laces, right? As far as I
Uh,
understand.
there was a hair that was found like inside one of the nuts, and
Did it have
but
the root on it still?
yeah, so I don't know. I think the uh, results of the DNA testing are gonna be available like very soon, like in 3 months, and that's gonna be a good indication for the to conclude about the innocence of these guys and the involvement of any other actor, you know. So let's see.
Yeah. It'll be
But,
interesting to find out.
yeah,
Like
for sure.
Damien Eccles was violent, like killed a cat.
Yeah, he
Right?
was. He had. trouble. He was like a troublemaker, let's say, at one point. He was in a mental institution during uh, a considerable amount of time, doing some rituals with animals, according to my understanding. But anyways, yeah, it's interesting. It's maybe relevant, but again, nothing to conclude about them being the killers. You know what I mean? And this is a good
Right.
point from She Books. They were really just beaten to death. So, what could indicate that? And I know that there are a couple of theories. Apparently, the one friend of the three victims, he said that the guys they they were witness of something that was going on there in the woods like weeks before or something like that, and that the same type of situation could happen the day of the murders, that maybe they were witnessing something, drugs or homosexual activities or something like that. And the perpetrator, the hypothesis is that the perpetrator became like mad, let's say, and he punished the boys in that way. He tried to, he didn't try, he or they stripped the guys, they beaten the guys to death. They applied that type of not ligatures, let's say. So I don't know. I don't know, man. It's interesting. Shay Watson is here. How are you, Shay? Happy to have you here. She loves us. Wait till we love you, She Books. Shay Watson, especially
Yeah.
when it's kids, everybody wants a perpetrator immediately. Yeah. They wanted to solve the case really fast, and they had tunnel vision, in my opinion. That's what I think. I'm super distracted, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, all right. Take a beat.
Yeah, distraction here. She Books. I've been following this case since before they were released. Yeah, it was like one of the first cases where the public social media started having a lot of influence without our voices. Yeah, that's a great point. You're right. Shay Watson. I read the book after it happened, and the father had changed his mind about who did it. Terry Hobbs, stepfather. Let me scroll down. So, according to She Books, the stepfather, Terry Hobbs, is her main suspect here in this case. And for a lot of people, he is a main suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good point from She Books. The notes were special notes, like military, let's say. So someone in the military could be related to the crime. Huh? She says it's very Delphi-esque. Yeah, exactly. She books no Boy Scouts but killer could have been involved in Boy Scouts. Yeah, good point.
I wonder how much they dug into the activities of the three victims that day. I can't remember what they were up to. Like just playing or like what all had they done that day, you know?
I just know that I don't remember either, but they were riding their bikes for sure. They were they went to that area, the Robin Hood woods, riding their bikes. But before, I really don't remember. I have a lapsus here. But yeah, good question. How deep law enforcement went into the previous activities of the guys, of the victims? It's a good point. She books. Terry Hobbs was supposedly driving around looking for the boys with David Jacoby and a few other friends. Aha, interesting. Drinking. Okay. So if it was multiple, that could have been why. So people drinking, people being out of their minds, drunk, something like that. Mad. I don't know. They actually just recently confirmed it's all been sent to the lab. So the DNA. She cannot wait. Yeah, for sure. We are waiting for that DNA results.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay, so Shibuk said that Damien Eccles, he was sent to a mental hospital. He had weirdo tendencies.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
Babe.
What?
She's making a joke about the hair found on the West Memphis 3.
Okay, I'm so... hello, Free Ricky Bay. Happy to have you here. Thanks for joining us today. I don't know if I said hello to Shay Watson. Again, happy to have you here. So, Chibooks. Actually, two of the boys drowned. So after they were tied up, tossed in the water, and were likely knocked out, drowned. Yeah, the other guy, he died because of the injuries before being put in the water. But the other two guys, they were already drowned. Imagine that type of way to die, huh? You are put into the water, you are tied up, you cannot do anything. It's horrible, huh? What a horrible way to die.
Yeah.
Shay Watson, Criptex. After the other night, the photo of Richard Allen, I finally know where to start my story. You should have a sample tonight. Okay, thank you so much, Shay Watson. Shay and I, we have a project for the channel, so she's gonna send me some info. Yeah. No, I understand, Shay. No problem. Thank you so much. Take your time. Okay. What's happening here in this game? I'm super distracted, man. Super distracted. What about that guy, the black guy that was observed in the restaurant Bojangles near to the crime site, full of blood? Do you remember that? He was one of the potential suspects for a lot of people as well. I don't know if you remember that, Husier.
No.
Yeah, there's a restaurant. The restaurant is the name is Bojangles, and there was a black guy in the bathroom of the women, and he was full of blood the day of the murders, and the guy disappeared, and no one knows anything about him. What happened to him? So yeah, the employees of the restaurant, they called the police, but the guy just left, and they were not able to trace the guy after that. So
wild.
Yeah, it is.
It's almost like it could have even been like a serial killer or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but also I heard, and maybe she can confirm or not, that law enforcement, they took like blood samples of that guy, and the DNA couldn't be linked to the murder. So maybe it was just a coincidence. I don't know. She books. They were riding their bikes around, exactly, the victims. One of the boys had been belted by their dad that day. I forget which. Okay.
It was a different time.
You are right, she books.
Yeah, that's
there's a car behind him. It's a Jeep.
That's
it's his Jeep.
Hey, Jamie, good to see you.
Good to see you, Jamie. Yeah. Bojangles, very odd. They ignored him. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to make my move. What can I do here?
Do you guys think that they kind of ignored everything else and really just spent too much time focused on Miss Kelly, what was it, Baldwin and Eccles?
Yeah. Repeat the question. I missed your question.
Do you think they just spent too much time focusing on the boys instead of like following the evidence?
Yeah, for sure. There was a lot of pressure for law enforcement to solve the case. They, in my opinion, they focused right away on those three guys. Wrongly, because to me there was not ritualistic crime scene. In my opinion, the situation was mostly sexual in nature to me, but they went full Eccles and Jason and Jesse. So yeah, I agree with you. They didn't consider the stepfather fully. That he was not fully investigated, in my opinion. And I don't know, man. It's just a lot of pressure to solve the case, and they focus on those three guys. So that's what I think. Do you think that something similar can happen today, or actually happen?
Yeah.
Delphi,
absolutely. Yeah? Well, yeah. Potentially, since they were really focused on Odinism early on, at least Holman was. He talked about it enough. Yeah, see, I'm so distracted. I didn't even see. I'm so pissed. I lost my queen. This isn't the best format. We should probably just play chess or talk about a case.
Exactly. No, I know. I agree with you. We are distracted, both of us. No worries.
But yeah, I think it happens all the time, actually, where they just get an idea in their head and they try to make the pieces fit. It's natural for people to do that, really.
Yeah, it is. And I guess I anticipate your answer, but do you think that those guys were like targeted because of the way they dressed in black, stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The other stories about them, they just made an assumption immediately.
Exactly. 100%.
For it.
Shay Watson, the one accused kid was like special needs. The one that, yeah, exactly. We were talking about that before, and that was just bad. A coerced confession for sure. She books. They know they blew it. That's why they refuse to reinvestigate and just want to pretend the West Memphis 3 did it. What do you think about that situation? I think it's called the afford plea. So basically, they are free today, but legally, they are still considered the murders, or they are guilty under the legal system, you know. But they were allowed to keep their freedom.
Right. I mean, it's ridiculous they even gave him the Alfred plea just because, like, the DNA proved they didn't do it.
Exactly.
It disqualified them from the crime. But I think they were just willing to... They were just excited to get the hell out of there.
Yeah,
Baby
man.
boy, what you doing?
What did I do? Oh, shit.
Forky fork, it's all right. It's not that big of a threat. God. I need to either play chess or something, not talk about the case.
100%.
I'm just
Yeah, it was an
fucking
hour.
up.
Whatever got them out, I'm for. Say Watson, that's what I thought. I was posting here, but I was not in the box. Oh, we can see your comments, Shay. No worries. She books. They just didn't wanna get sued. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of money there. 100%. Shay, they can proclaim innocence, but they are not dismissed charges. Right. Oh man.
So if they come back and they figure out who did it based on the DNA, will it really even matter?
Well, for
like, because legally they can't charge anyone, right?
Yeah, hey, that's a good point. I don't know. Great point. I don't know if the result can be overturned if they find new evidence. I guess yes, but I don't know. Shibuk says, I don't think so. They won't have anything else to prove it.
Right.
Well, it's going to be important for the sake of justice to see finally who was the one
whose
who
DNA
committed the murder. Like, at least to give some type of peace to the families of the victims. I think it's going to be important, of course. She books, unless it's the stepdad. They have enough to get him from all the years of suspicion.
Maybe.
Shay will be back.
Wouldn't that be double jeopardy, though, that they can't, like, convict someone else for a crime that's already had a conviction?
That's a great point.
Or something like that.
So a very good question. A very good question, man. I don't have the answer. Yeah, it's just I have to watch again those documentaries. There's a lot of information that is not fresh in my mind, but it's a very interesting case for sure.
I'm literally just completely screwed on this game.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. Zeke, have you kept up with the D4VD seats? If you're aware, I don't know what they talking about. Free Ricky Bay. I think double jeopardy is the person, not the crime. They cannot convict one person of the same crime twice.
Then what's the term for when they've already convicted someone?
Yeah,
on a crime and can't convict someone else.
I don't know. Oh boy.
Man. I'm just not having a good time here. You better finish this quickly.
Anyways, I'm not gonna be proud of this victory for sure.
It's all right. All right, the second game, we'll do a 10-minute.
Yeah,
We've got to take it serious.
we're gonna be silent. We're gonna ignore shebooks during the
That's
next
right.
game. Taylor Shibooksness. Technically, you can charge multiple people for the same murder, I think. Yeah. There's a theory of one investigator that I found really interesting. The the area where the guys were found is really close to this is an area where they watch trucks. So there's a lot of truck activity there. The trucks go there. It's like some type of a parking, and they watch. They wash the trucks. So maybe it's an easy access area for a truck driver, and there's a lot of truck drivers parking there to wash their trucks. So could be the case. Free Ricky Bay. I'm glad you understood what I meant. Was hand washing something when I type it? So any of you guys in the chat, do you have any different opinion or additional information we are not talking?
Yeah, who thinks they're guilty in our chat?
Yeah.
I want to hear from them.
Me too. Let's see if there's a. So, what are the main shebooks? People who say convinced of the West Memphis three guys being guilty. What are their main arguments or their main reasons for saying that? Why are they so convinced about them being guilty?
God damn it, I did it again. Oh well. I'll just make this easier on you.
Let's finish this soon.
Get this over with.
Yeah. Yeah, Zeke, there was a hair inside one of the knots, and the DNA was not consistent with the DNA of the guys. That's what I understood. And maybe Shibooks can tell us a little bit about that hair. She knows a lot of that situation. So let's see. Free Ricky Bay. Realistically, no, but possibly, yes. Jerry Ball. Multiple hairs? Ah, there were multiple hairs? Really? Okay, I thought it was just one. All right. Interesting. One hair belonged to Terry Hobbs. Ah, really? It was confirmed? It belonged to him or it was consistent to him? And the other one belonged to Dave Jacobi, who was the father of one of the other victims, right? And one belonged to a black man. Ah, really? I didn't know that. Okay.
You've got. Finish it now. Good job.
Again,
right.
I'm not proud.
That's okay. We're just warming up. We'll
Yep.
do a real. All right, we can focus on one thing at a time then.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So the DNA evidence, what the evidence for their innocence is the 2007 testing. Evidence from the crime scene excluded Damien Eccles, Jason Baldwin, and Jesse Miskelly. Unidentified DNA, a male DNA profile was found at the scene that did not match any of the victims or the accused. Physical evidence. DNA found on one of the ligatures used to tie up a victim was not inconsistent with the victim's stepfather, Terry Hobbs. New testing is coming, such as the shoelaces. Legal battle. A recent ruling by the Arkansas Supreme Court allows for new DNA testing of evidence. So we'll see what goes on there. So other evidence, there's lack of motivation or lack of motive. The men had no motive to commit the murders, and the crime scene was not consistent with their lifestyle. Jesse Miskelly's confession was reportedly coerced and contained inconsistencies, and he later recanted. A key witness against the men, Mark Byers, was not credible and had a history of violence. And new evidence has emerged suggesting the involvement of other individuals such as Terry Hobbs. So,
yeah, there's no direct evidence connecting the guys to the crime, in my opinion, and there was a lot of noise. There was a lot of noise for some people because when the police went to the house where the guys were like they had like a meeting. They were watching TV, and the police went there for the arrest. And when they knock the door, Eccles and Jesse they hide, but it's just they were just scared. To me, that's normal.
yeah.
But a lot of people they make a lot of noise because of that. If you are innocent, why were you trying to hide? They were teenagers. They don't like police, and
right.
So it's like a natural reflex for teenagers, I guess. I don't know. So I don't see any damaging piece of evidence
No.
in this case at
Let's
all.
talk about the candle wax you were telling me about. So
Yeah.
supposedly, in this word keeps coming up, consistent. It doesn't mean it was an exact match. It just it was candle wax that. Okay, so you describe it. There was blue candle wax found on one of the boys, right? That was, and then there was a blue candle in one of the guy's girlfriend's house.
Yeah, exactly. But in one site I found in Eccles' house, and in another website is I found in the house of the girlfriend of Damien Eccles. So, anyways,
Okay.
but I don't know. Consistent is not a match, and yeah, man. What about? I was watching. Do you know this channel, Unsolved No More? The detective.
Yeah.
What's this
Ken
guy?
Main.
Ken. Yeah, Ken Mains. And he has 3 episodes about the West Memphis 3. And his conclusion is that he doesn't find enough evidence for the guys being guilty, and he doesn't understand how law enforcement was able to arrest the guys, because everything
Right.
was based on that coerced confession. So yeah, it was just bad investigation.
It's wild to me that confessions like are taken so seriously. Like if you confess, you can just, even if you didn't do it, had nothing to do with it, had no prior knowledge to it or anything, you just say I did it. That's enough to be convicted on in a lot of circumstances. Like it's absolutely insane to me.
100%. 100%. I'm trying to remember what were the points that were important for Ken Mains. He said something similar to what you said, that he believes that there were multiple perpetrators based on the fact that there were 3 different type of knots. But he said something, the same thing you said, that what about the perpetrator uh, giving instructions to the other victims to tie
Each other up. Yeah.
each other up? Exactly. So he was not able to discard that hypothesis. But his main theory is that there were multiple perpetrators, that the people who committed the crime are people with experience doing that type of notes. Is not someone like Damien Eccles and the other guys. He doesn't see he doesn't see that like plausible. So, and I think the Terry Hobbs, he worked like in a farm where they kill pigs, and
Mhm.
he was used to do that type of notes. You know what I mean? So that's another element that points to Terry Hobbs being uh, an interesting actor here. You know?
If he was drunk and angry and just killed them and tried to shame them or cover up his own crime to make it look like something else, I think putting them in the water, was it, how much water was it? I actually don't even.
It's it was like a creek with a level of water that goes till your waist. Haste, sorry. It's not very deep. And that's why one of the detectives that were looking into that area was able to find the guys, because when he was crossing the creek, he hit something up, and actually
Oh,
it was the body of one of the boys. Let me show something here in the screen.
so
Monsieur.
throwing bodies into water is often a way to cover up a crime, right?
Yeah, of course. And I think they were like the underwears of the guys is missing, so we can't think about trophies, let's say. And
They never
that's what,
found.
no, I think
They were found in
some,
approximately 2 feet of water in a
yeah.
drainage ditch. Okay. And Christopher Byers was found nearby. was 1993. I remember like Jerry Springer and goth was, you know, like the metal music was coming out and people were blaming music for murders, and it was a weird time. And Satanism and all this stuff.
Yep. Sorry.
So they found a Cub Scout cap and shoes floating further downstream.
So this is the scene. Maybe we're gonna have a strike. I'm gonna try to do it fast. But remember the start of this documentary, and we're gonna see the crime scene area here. So those are the bikes that were found there. The area is called the Robin Hood Hills, and that's the creek. And you can see here one of the boys. Is a really hard image.
So that would have been Byers, yeah.
Yeah, those are gonna pass this fast, but look at those guys. It's really hard to watch, you know.
Yeah.
So, but just to give an example of the area, right? Anyways, it's horrible.
They said police noted a lack of blood or fibers at the scene, which was unusual given the violence of the crime. There was blood in the water, but none on the bank.
So what does it mean that they were? What does it mean? In the water. How do you find blood on the water? The clothes?
It's red compared to the white of the...
Yeah.
Lack of blood or fibers at the scene. Yeah, I don't know. He had him, must have had him tied up and potentially killed him in the water. Maybe Byers crawled out.
But two of them died in the water. They drowned. They were drowned. Drowned.
So they weren't. Were they held under, or were they knocked unconscious first and then drowned? I wonder.
I think that they were conscious. The other guy, he died before being put in the water. So they were beaten for sure out before being put in the water, but only one of them died before being put in the water. The other
Byers
two
had lacerations, genitals mutilated. Huh. Well, but then forensic experts later suggested it might have been the result of postmortem animal predation. So Michael Moore and Steve Branch, died of multiple injuries with drowning.
Yeah. But in that aspect, there is like, how can we say, different opinions of different experts about the same thing. So the experts from the defense, they say that there were turtle bites, but the experts from the prosecution, they say that there were cut with a knife. So another weird thing is, there is a knife on the table, but the guys were not stabbed. There is no stab wounds. So
right.
the only thing that was made potentially using a knife to the boys were some type of I don't know what's the name in English. Scratches or something like that, like
scratches.
They were trying to torture them that way. I don't know. It's just
this says the lack of blood found at the scene could suggest they may have killed elsewhere and moved.
Repeat that.
The lack of blood at the scene could suggest that they were killed elsewhere and moved.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know how badly they were beaten, I guess. Like,
how do you move 3 guys
3
to that
kids?
area? Yeah, still
It'd be
alive.
more than one. It'd have to be more than one offender if they were moved.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I mean,
I don't see it. I think they were killed there for sure. I don't know.
they could have
I
been
don't
in the
see
water and beaten there.
it. Exactly. Or washed. Yeah, but we should
guess they were
expect. Yeah,
blood on the ground or trees
exactly.
or something. Yeah.
MJM. What is your takeaway here, MJM? 2 were drowned in that water. They were killed there. Yeah, exactly. And
Well,
I wanted to say something. I forgot. Yeah, go ahead.
the thing is if they were beaten unconscious and thrown in the water, then nobody knows exactly if they were held under the water or what, except for the killer, of course. But
Ken Maines, he was talking about he was doing some type of parallel with BTK, because BTK he used to do that type of notes, and what he did was BTK he never raped any of his victims. The sexual gratification was a visual gratification from the scene, right? So
yeah,
he masturbated while watching the victims being tied in that situation, let's say, in that way, watching the victims being asphyxiated, but he didn't rape the victims. So he was saying that maybe something like that could be also the case in the West Memphis 3, that this was some type of scenario that the killer or the kill, maybe one killer in that sexual gratification scenario, he made that type of notes to have the boys naked, tied up, and that was the way for him to have that gratification. He was maybe masturbating at the crime scene, something like that. I don't know if you follow what I'm trying to say.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think it doesn't seem, because they weren't posed or anything. They were just disposed of, basically. Just killed. It's weird they were stripped naked. The shame thing, yeah, I don't know. We'll never know, probably, as far as details like that.
Okay, we have a viewer here. He thinks that the 3 did it. He says that Jesse confessed 6 times and maintained his guilt for the entire.
Yeah, but just confessing doesn't mean it's true.
Exactly.
It just doesn't. It never does.
Not exactly when we are talking about a guy who was almost retarded. So, and when he was under that type of stress during more than 12 hours, and he was giving details about the crime scene that there were just not consistent with the crime scene. So I don't know how can you say that.
He saw a news article with photographs that were consistent with the things he got correct.
Yeah.
So confessions can't be a part of the evidence of their guilt in logically.
Exactly. Another thing that Ken Mains was telling, and this is interesting because I do the similarity with Delphi. You know that in the Delphi's case, you have uh, Libby, she was naked, and Abby, she was redressed with the clothes of Libby. So we have
and
two,
hers, yeah.
two different ways to treat the victims in the Delphi's case. And he said that in the West Memphis tree, maybe the fact that the notes were different for each one of the victims, it was like the killer was making some type of differentiation, separation in terms of each victim by applying a different type of note. So that was like an interesting concept. So yeah, hey Fishy, how are you? Happy to have you here.
It's a type of signature, a ligature signature. But
Yeah,
I mean, it would technically, a signature has to happen across 2 or more murders, but yeah,
yeah.
with a space of time in between them.
Let me look for something here because MJM says that the interrogation was not 12 hours. That's what I understand. So I'm gonna look for that information here because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think in multiple articles I found that he was under interrogation for 12 hours. So let me just confirm that. So the first thing we see here is that Jesse Miskilly's interrogation lasted for 12 hours. So I don't know what is your source of information. You
Yeah, he
said that
was
we are.
interrogated for 12 hours before he confessed.
Yeah, but he says here in the chat that that's a lie. So I don't know what's your source.
Whose lie? That, I mean, that
Whose lie
just seems,
exactly?
if multiple sources, like, I mean, you're just somebody in a chat. You weren't, I don't know, like, no offense to you, but I mean,
But
how do you know?
I think he
Like,
has a total different information because we can see here Miss Kelly is described as being mentally disabled, so almost retarded. Our friend in the chat, he says that's not the case. So again, what's your source? We see here that the interrogation lasted 12 hours. He disagreed with that. So I don't know, man. Good. You studied this case for years, but
so
uh,
who disproved, what is the source of the disproving of the 12 hours before
exactly.
confession? Yeah. I mean,
Everyone,
I don't know who you
everyone,
are.
everyone is somebody in the chat for sure.
That's right.
So
I mean, it's
I'm
not personal. It's just
it's
like you
just
gotta.
the fact. But if that's not a fact for you, so we have a problem with the terminology here.
I mean, we can't just make up or give opinions on facts. I mean, kinda, but like, you can't just say something without backing it up when we can look up the information.
Exactly.
Back in the 90s, you could just make shit up all you wanted because nobody could confirm it. We didn't have the internet to look at it. Well, we kind of did, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Couldn't pull out our phone.
Critical True Crime, how are you? Happy to have you here. No, you are not saying that you made
That's
it
great.
up. Just
Show your
to
proof. Show your work.
exactly
Yeah, that's
show
all we were
your.
asking.
That's
Lead
it.
us, lead us to,
The
uh,
truth.
like, what should we Google to find what you're saying?
Exactly. Great point.
Because
I know
I'm
that.
fine. I like real, correct information. I don't care. Like, I don't
Exactly.
have. I personally, like, I haven't made the West Memphis 3 my whole personality. I don't care. It's a tragedy. I care that those 3 kids were murdered and that the right people should be in prison. I do care about that, but like, and I care about like finding the actual truth so I can make a very educated assessment of, my own opinion about it. But
Exactly. And
we just,
we are not scared of being wrong. Just if you show
no.
the actual information, perfect. We can change our point of views if you show your sources. You know what I mean? So
If
do you
it's
want
the
to do
police,
the
but here's the thing: if the source is the police saying, "Oh, we didn't do that," I don't believe them. You
yeah,
know, did they videotape it? Did they record it? Did they, you know, like there's you can't just that we have tons of sources saying 12 hours before confession. Source after source after source. Like, who says that's not true?
exactly.
And what's their motivation? Right.
That's a great question. Critical true crime.
Okay, I
Uh,
found an article on Medium
yeah,
um titled "The West Memphis 3 and the 12-Hour Myth." So if you scroll down, you see it.
me.
Yes. Let's check this out.
Okay, you want me
Oh, it's an
click that?
no, keep going down. Keep
Okay,
going down. Look for medium.com. There it is.
this
West
one.
Memphis 3, Jesse McKell. That one, yeah.
Okay. Wanna read?
Sure. A common claim by supporters of the convicted West Memphis 3 is that Jesse Kelly confessed after 12 hours of interrogation. The official WM3 site goes even further, claiming Miss Kelly was questioned without consent. These claims are patently false. Okay. Scroll down. Jesse arrived at the police station at 10 a.m. and gave his first confession at 2:20 p.m. following his failed polygraph. So 4 hours and 20 minutes. At most, this would have been 4 hours and 20 minutes of interrogation. However, he was not being interrogated for the full 4 hours and 20 minutes. All of these times can be checked on the time log on Callahan, a database compiling the majority of documents related to the case.
Okay.
So neither Jesse Jr. or his father were present when they were at the residence. Jesse Allen went with Allen to the West Memphis Police Department. Jesse Jr. Sr. didn't accompany them there. Miss Kelly was initially questioned as a witness beginning at 10 a.m. At 11 a.m., detectives read Miss Kelly as Miranda rights and decided to ask him to take a polygraph. This appears to have been common practice for the WMPD in this investigation. Before he took the test, they decided to ask his father, Jesse Sr., to give additional consent to the polygraph. He had already consented to Jesse being questioned. Jesse accompanied Allen to obtain this consent. It's interesting that Allen notes that he was riding as an unsecured passenger in the front seat, indicating that Jesse was neither a suspect or in custody at the time. This is obtained at 11:15 a.m., and Jesse was read as Miranda rights against 11:30. So he was questioned between 10 and 11, apparently given a break between 11 and 11:30 while he went to find his dad. That's an hour for questioning so far. Miss Kelly was read. So the source is law enforcement, basically, and they're logging. So like just 3 hours. Okay. But where's the source come from, I wonder, for the 12 hour? Let me Google that.
Maybe it's based on the time the guy arrived to the police station and the time he left. Could be that. Because if he arrived at 10 a.m. and he left at...
The core of this claim is that Miss Kelly was in police custody for approximately 12 hours, but only a small portion of that time was recorded. So Miss Kelly was brought in for questioning around 9 a.m. on June 3rd, 1993, but the taping of his confession did not begin until 2:44 p.m., more than 5 hours later, after extensive unrecorded questioning had already taken place. The total recorded time was only 46 minutes of a multi-hour encounter, leading to the widely reported belief that the entire process lasted 12 hours, most of which was off tape. Miss Kelly was 17 years old, had a mild intellectual disability, an IQ of 72. Experts note that individuals with intellectual disabilities are especially vulnerable to coercive interrogation techniques. Inconsistencies. The recorded confession was filled with numerous factual errors and inconsistencies. Changing the time of the murders, misidentifying the type of material used to bind the victims, that police detectives worked to correct during the interview suggested the police fed him details. So, okay. So we have to throw out the 12-hour interrogation, but still, a 72 IQ, 17-year-old getting the facts wrong. So what did he get right?
And we don't have, but during the time he was there at that police station, the 12 hours, let's say, we have video material. We don't know what happened during the whole 12 hours period. You know what I mean?
So he was there 12 hours and it just, people, the media and stuff just ran with that 12-hour, but it probably wasn't that he was interrogated the entire time.
Yeah, exactly.
Even so, I mean, I don't know if that even really actually matters, you know, how long he was interrogated for. A couple of, even if it was, let's say, 2 hours only, like, that shit's exhaustive regardless, right? I mean, I've never been interrogated. I've been questioned about weed in my car when I was 19 years old, 18 years old. And I was stoned. And it wasn't my weed, but because the person that was riding with me dropped the weed in my car, it was mine. But I'd smoked some of it, so it doesn't matter anyway. But
shame on you, who's there.
I know.
You know, you don't have to be a jerk. We are talking to you.
Yeah.
You can Google. Come on.
You know, I mean,
don't be a troll.
Some people make, like, it becomes a religion to them. Like,
exactly, yeah.
Like true crime like a case in their opinion becomes their personality, their religion. Like, it doesn't have to be. It's just your opinion. You know, my opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. None of us. It just literally doesn't matter one bit. Like, we just want to discuss it and talk about it. I appreciate you pointing out, you know, that the 12 hours wasn't real, and then we can look it up and we can learn, and that's good stuff.
Exactly.
Beat them up. Okay.
Do you want to do the 15 minutes game or?
Yeah, if you feel like
Not
you want to wrap it up or you want to discuss this a little more.
well, let's play the 15 minutes game, and we can talk again after that game.
Okay, we'll do
Anyway,
the
it's gonna be fast.
yeah, we'll do the 10-minute. So time becomes a factor. All right, I sent it.
Okay.
All right.
Oh. So
You're white.
yeah, I can see that. I'll try to not to be very distracted this time. So sorry in the chat, guys. We're gonna be a little bit silent for a couple of minutes. Okay. Uh-oh. So even if there's a transcript, even if that's what we were asking for.
There is a transcript of the 45-minute confession, right? Or I saw some transcripts. I should have looked. I was starting to just look at it.
The point is, we can have a civil discussion, correct the facts without being jerks. That's it. When you say fig, sorry, I have a problem there.
Oh, I don't watch any of those guys. I don't care.
No.
I'm never going to watch them either.
Be...
I mean, if that's your thing, then good. That's cool, you know. But
Are you talking about fig solves or about?
So you know who Fig is, but think they're innocent. Yeah, we know Fig from Delphi, but
what does it even mean? What does it even mean?
I don't care about other YouTubers' opinions on West Memphis 3.
Especially YouTubers who are known to work with law enforcement. So let me be suspicious about that, about his conclusions, just saying. And it's my personal take.
They're just people with a camera or a YouTube account. I mean, it doesn't matter what YouTube people say. Just like it doesn't matter what we say, right? We just are discussing it.
Exactly.
But this must be, yeah, anyway.
If that's how solid your arguments are, sorry for that. Long pauses. I think we're playing chess. We try to focus on the game, but we can focus on you 100% if you want.
Fucking people, man. It's
Funny,
literally called chess and true crime. It's like,
exactly.
go fuck yourself, dude. Seriously, get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here. Go jack off to your Will Byers bullshit or something. I don't care. Fucking hate people like this, man. Sorry. This is your channel. I apologize.
No, it's fine.
Fuck.
I'm used to trolls and to. Oh
Fucking
man.
weirdos, dude. I swear to God. Hide behind channels and it's just ridiculous. It's the saddest, most pathetic shit ever. It really is.
Yeah, you go with an avatar, and trolls are gonna be trolls forever, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, they have nothing better in their life to do.
exactly.
It's fucking sad as fuck.
It is 100%, man. Oh shit. I don't like this. Wait a second. Okay. Yeah. What the fuck? What a troll. What is it?
Fun times. Guess I
Michelle,
can continue developing.
did anyone know that Clinton's nickname was Booba? I don't know what you're talking about, Michelle. I don't know. Hmm. Okay.
We are
Shit. I'm running out of time. Oh man. Okay. I think I'm gonna try to accelerate this.
all right, you do that.
You still have 8 minutes, man. Fuck. I'm so fucked. I'm so
Yeah.
fucked.
Well, that's part of the fun of the rapid chess is like you have to do
Yeah,
good time management.
exactly. So I'm gonna be silent for a while because I'm running out of time.
Just playing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a matter of respect. Okay. Oh.
Nice. Screwed. I let you do that again. That's all right.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
That was good.
Oh, you're doing well. And you have a lot of time, by the way.
I'm not doing well
So,
though.
uh, running out of time. Running out of time. I'm so fucked. Sorry, guys, it's a critical moment here, so we're gonna be silent for a while, but you can have fun in the chat. You can have fun in the chat. Oh, shit. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. 1 minute back. I have 1 minute. Oh. Oh, shit.
Oop.
Oh, shit. Ah. Saved by the bell. That
No,
was
it
cool,
was a
man.
draw because I couldn't make any more moves.
Okay, not because of time.
You,
Okay,
yeah, you had
okay,
14 seconds left.
yeah, that was
But
cool, man.
we'll do it
That
again
was cool.
in a couple weeks.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. So we talked about the West Memphis 3. We had a troll in the chat.
Hey,
We
that's
have
a
nice people in
successful
the chat.
night. That's a
Yeah,
successful night. Yeah. So
successful.
our friends showed up and a troll and some fun chess.
Yeah, man.
That's
But
a normal night.
I think it was a good first exercise, and maybe we can do a second part for the West Memphis 3 also. We can do a little bit more of research and come with additional thoughts. Why
Yeah.
not?
You've been on vacation and um I'll put in some more time. We can look more into it. There's our troll thankfully showed us some more things to think about and
Yeah, the problem was his attitude. You know what I mean? His attitude, but
yeah, you
it's
don't
cool
have to
when
be a
people.
fucking asshole about stuff.
Exactly. If you have good information, if you have good theories, if you can challenge the ideas of other people, you can do it like in a nice way. You don't have to be a fucking jerk for real.
You just be like, "Hey, you should check that information, on the 12 hour.
Exactly.
Some people think it's a myth or here's why it's a myth." Yeah, it didn't even like provide any evidence as like you guys are stupid because you googled it and that's what it said.
Exactly. Or
But
if you know Fig, you should conclude that the guys are innocent. Seriously? Oh my god, that was the stupidest thing ever.
it's a terrible argument.
Oh, it's the worst.
I don't
Hey, we
think
have
any I don't think any the thing is
high
they had to
streets.
let them go because the
No,
DNA evidence proved they didn't do it.
yeah.
I mean,
I don't know, man. It's just no evidence to convict those guys.
well,
Uh,
they did convict them, but right. But
it's like in the Delphi's case, the only way to arrest Richard Allen was the bullet. That was the only element that, according to law enforcement, uh, that was the only strategy they could use to make
which
an
was
arrest.
odd. Yeah, because they had to fire it 3 times before they got a match. Like they had to fire 3 different bullets to get a match when the one they had was unspent. Like it's crazy.
And what is funny is that when we heard the testimony of one of the jurors during the interview with the murder sheet, she said that the bullet factor was not an element for to give that verdict. So it was not a real factor for the jurors. But that was
Right?
the only element that.
If that juror was real. Yeah.
Exactly. Also, but the irony there, the jurors they didn't consider the bullet situation as a main factor in the process, but they were doing the process against Richard Allen because that's what that was the only way to link Allen with the crime scene, which
Right.
there's an irony there. But anyways, it is what it is. I love the way Criptex says pretty much all words. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you for elevating my moral tonight. I'm a little bit of a mess. I was distracted. I was dealing with a troll. I was talking to you guys, so sometimes it's not easy. I'm in Colombia, so now my brain is working in Spanish. So sometimes I try to say
Yeah,
something in English. Fuck.
you're doing multi languages there, translating.
Yeah, it's not
I don't know what
easy.
my excuse is, but
Yeah, you came late, streets, and I I think I have. Uh, okay, I'm gonna speculate, but I think who was the troll, but I'm gonna keep it like that.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
about 2 guesses.
yeah, man.
No,
Anyway,
bro. No.
so yeah, man. Well, how is your weekend looking so far?
Um, just working on cars and gotta go grocery shopping and just adult crap. Take a nap maybe. See.
Cool.
I'm not exciting. I literally do nothing exciting. I just work and family stuff, and that's it, man. That's
Not,
it's exciting
not
to me, but not to anyone else.
normal life.
Talk some shit on X when I have a free minute, like
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
good stuff. Man.
the Epstein emails were crazy,
I,
right?
I, I, I yeah. Tell me about it.
So the a lot, something like 40,000 files were released concerning Epstein and his emails, and they put out ones about Trump. So um, a big one was about Trump and young girls. Another one, the biggest one, is where they were asking if they had if they had seen, or I could pull them up. I have them all, but anyway. So basically, Putin, Vladimir Putin, has a picture of Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob, and the memes that
What?
came out of that were just gold. Yeah, dude, this is Epstein, and Epstein said, "Okay, Epstein, the child trafficker, literally said that Donald Trump is the worst person and that he doesn't have any good in him at all." Like, Epstein said this. Even the Catholic Church has now come out against Trump. The Catholic Church. Anyway,
Oh, that shit.
we'll leave
Uh,
that part out. But, dude, it's. And then he held a press conference yesterday, and it was about Marjorie Taylor Greene, because she has been distancing herself from him, and it's just all so stupid.
I have to follow that information. I didn't pay attention, but so that means that the documents were released
No,
or no?
these were
No.
just emails.
Okay.
Congress still has to vote on releasing the documents.
Okay. Because according to Trump, the people that are really like not in a good situation there are Clinton and the Democrats, and of course, that's
Lock
what
them
he's
all
gonna
up.
say. Yeah,
Lock anyone that had sex with minor children, lock them up forever. I don't
yeah,
care if
100%.
they're Democrats or Republicans. I don't care. It's
No, for sure. Yeah,
disgusting and wrong, and they deserve to be in jail forever at the
I
minimum, right?
do you think though that those documents are gonna be released or they're just gonna
I
play?
I do,
Yeah,
because even Republicans in general are distancing themselves.
okay.
So the previous comment was talking about QAnon. Over so QAnon was this it started on 4chan, and they would say these things, and then they actually developed like an entire cult of people. I had a dude, he was a friend when I was younger, but during COVID, he was trying to talk to me about this QAnon stuff, and I'm like, he had obviously had like a mental break, like full mental break from reality. He thought Trump was emailing him personally and shit, and all this QAnon stuff. He thought Michelle Obama had testicles because there was an AI video of her. Like, it wasn't even AI back then. It was just like Photoshop stuff. Dude, if you yeah, that shit was a complete fake. Not to
Oh my
like, if
God.
you like it, you can like it. You can like things. I like alien stuff. Do I have any evidence? Like, everything Q said has been disproven or was wrong time and time and time again. All his predictions, all this stuff, it's not a big deal. You can like it if that's your thing. Good, you're allowed to. Um, I I
Yeah.
I enjoy alien, like the alien stuff. I like. We've had congressional hearings on it and all this stuff, and uh, it's
Yeah,
pretty
me too, man.
interesting. But
Yeah, it is.
it's it's kind of an epidemic these days with facts and edits and media and um, the internet. Like, it's hard to know what is valid information. Um, you could always question everything. We should, we can even question our own written history. When three corporations that are all owned by BlackRock uh, own every media source ever, um, that's a problem. Should we be able to trust that? So you have to go to other countries' media sources and what they're reporting, and you have to weigh all of it. You have to really put in a lot of effort. Personally, I don't really care about politics. I'm just busy trying to provide for my family and shit like that. But like, I do know that people went without food, uh if our veterans are starving, if our children are starving, if there's a huge homeless epidemic, which there is, if black people are being murdered by police a lot, which they are, that's a big problem. I don't like any of that. And like, leave people alone and let's provide for people. And let's, well, like, I love immigrants. I think we should, you know our my ancestors came through Ellis Island in the mid 1850s on both sides of my family, the German uh immigrants and the Irish immigrants. And um literally, the Statue of Liberty says, give me, you're tired, you're poor, the weak, give me anyone. So I can understand there's problems with open borders, things like that. There can be, but really it's about, we should take care of people, especially because we now have the technology to literally provide for the entire planet. But what we have are uh, people, trillionaires, or a trillionaire and billionaires who have more resources than they can ever use, and literally have there are people with more resources than like three-quarters of the world population. Like, we should eat them. it
Alive.
nobody needs that much money or power or influence or anything. It's really crazy to me. We could automate everything. Like, we could literally automate, and we could all focus on our art or fun projects or spending time with our children or uh, hanging out with each other or working out or rebuilding things or coming up with ideas. We could they You can go buy right now a robot. It's about $1,200. that will plant you. You build the track system around your garden. It has an arm with articulating claws. It plants the seed. The camera can detect weeds. It can pull them. Like, we could have food, we could have shelter, we can 3D print houses for relatively very inexpensive, and we can make them huge. There's something like 5 times more houses that sit empty than there are homeless people. It's insane that we do this. We don't give a like, the rich don't give a shit about anyone but themselves. And it's a problem. Like, I'm not saying, I have empathy, like, for people, and it's like, there should be some limits. I don't have all the answers or anything, but I've worked very hard to get what I have and do what I have. But just because I've had hard times in life doesn't mean I want other people to have hard times. We literally
100%.
know we literally know that a lot of crime originates from uh, people not having resources, right? So if you're starving, you have no way of getting out of your situations. You know, it's just a lot of the true crime we talk about comes from, yeah, there's a genetic component, but there's also, like, uh, abuse in families, and that started, sexual abuse is generational, and uh, a drunk father that comes home and sexually abuses their son and beats him up, and, like, these kids are gonna turn into serial killers. Not every time, but, like, there's no perfect answer, but we could do so much better. Like, we really could.
For sure.
Or next, I'm gonna talk about a commune idea I have. I was kidding. No, buy some land out in somewhere in the desert, solar power,
No,
and grow our own food. A compound.
I got your point, man. 100% with you in that line of thinking for sure. If I change the subject drastically,
Let's do it.
did you catch the live of Mel yesterday about Greeno?
Yeah,
I didn't.
dude, he's comically he's a villain, comically so. Like, now the women that always end up, like, I don't know if he's ever hurt anyone, but he definitely scares them. And his whole thing is just that he doesn't want to, like, work a job or do anything legitimate. He has talent in video editing and all of that. If he could harness that somehow without all the other crap, he could be very successful, but it's not easy, of course. YouTube's It's very rare for people to get rich from YouTube or make a living. Like, it's a lot of hard work every single day.
Sure.
And
But I
then
think
you get bombarded by assholes, and then you have to rise above that. I'm not capable of that, and most
no.
people aren't.
But I think at,
um,
at the at the beginning of this case, his channel was really successful. He had, I don't know how many subscribers at the time. A lot of them were members. So I think he was making money at the beginning. So then
could
I
have,
don't know
but he couldn't. He couldn't stay out of jail. You know,
exactly.
he
Yeah.
couldn't stop coming up with ways to steal money from people or weird stuff. You know, I don't know. I He'll figure it out eventually, I'm sure. It's not easy. This world is not easy.
So he's gonna
Um,
be in jail like for how long now? Or we don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if he's even in jail now.
I know.
Uh,
Okay.
It's just a couple of misdemeanors, but he has a bunch of previous charges and things. And then his child support, you know, he's had a lot of trouble with child support. Um, you create children, you gotta pay for them. You gotta help out, the mother.
Sure.
I mean,
Man, it's like a never-ending story. Yeah, as you said, he's always in trouble, And yeah, I don't know
it's
what's wrong with him.
it's not easy. And then when you get a record, it's hard to get a decent job. And then, like, he was working at a pizza joint there for a little while, and the government would take all his money to pay child support, so he would do all this work and not really get any money for it. And like, it's nearly impossible to dig yourself out of something like that.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
that's a
More
huge problem in
support.
our country.
It is. It is, man. Anyways, it's like
Well,
a
they get free
never-ending story
labor.
with him.
They
What do you
get
mean?
free labor. Uh, uh, there are incentives to lock people up because prisons provide free labor for companies, and a corporation can have their products made in a prison, and they might get a few dollars a week commissary. It's like, what else are they doing? And then it's a modern form of slavery, and they get more funding if their prison is fuller, and then they can pay the staff more. But yeah, Greeno, he just, what it seems like to me is some of the women he chooses also is just not very discerning sometimes. It's like a double whammy for him sometimes.
What do you mean in which sense?
Uh Not to be rude to any of the women
Uh,
he's dated, but like, this current, I'm talking about this current situation. That Holly chick was working for the Carroll County Comet, and sounds like they were dating. He was getting her weed. She tried to set him up to get rid of him, is what it seems like. And it backfired, but then he literally showed the cops of him like getting weed for her, which is a crime. Uh, it's just bad. And then she was like telling him he could take stuff, and it was actually he couldn't. And even Marvelous Marvin like took an antique children's book or something. She didn't know. She returned it and didn't
wow.
get in any trouble. But I mean, all she knew was going by what Holly said, right? And then so it's wild. He uh
You,
he doesn't have the
you,
best luck.
you
What's that?
met you met him personally a couple of times, right?
Yeah, so we ended up, because I'd go to Delphi events like Randy's Walks, or
Yeah.
the like motorcycle rides, stuff like that. And I mean, he was there, and I'm not gonna just be an asshole or anything, even though he deserves it. But uh, whatever. You know, yeah, he's like 5'2", and he has to shop in the children's section, so nobody should be afraid of him. Um, but at the same time, if a woman is 5 foot or whatever, and one time he had a video live where we saw him like pull out a knife. Come to find out, he was up in Canada. Come to find out, he had like stolen that girl's dildos, and like got kicked out of her house, and like the cops came, and then he like fled or something, and then they like kicked him out of the country because he was making threats online of murdering people and shit. And so they like used YouTube to track his location, which Canada they can do. In the United States, it's not so easy, but
Oh my god.
I,
Uh,
I mean, he puts out like a video. He said some of the most like disturbing, gross shit about friends of mine. So fuck him. But and he's also taken advantage of elderly women and gotten money out of them. Not a lot, but enough. That's not okay. Um, but really, yeah, I don't know, man. Um, everybody wants to see people succeed, you know. Well, not everybody, but I people can. Well, that's an interesting topic. Is like, can people change? And after a certain age, no, not really. But
uh, I'm very, how can I say, I really don't think that people change easily. Not everybody is able to do that. I know that there are cases, but when you
sometimes
are,
very life-altering events can change people
yeah,
in certain ways.
exactly.
But going to jail doesn't seem to deter people, you know, from crime or whatever for some reason. I don't know.
No, I know, but anyways, Grino is Grino. I think we are gonna have more surprises in the future for sure.
Oh, always.
So
I hope he
waiting for
finds
the
his
next.
way. I hope he finds his way, man. You know,
Yeah. Of course, I hope. I
life
hope
isn't
so.
easy. Never is.
No, no, man. So,
You doing
what do you
anything
think?
fun these days?
Did I do? That was
You
the.
doing anything fun or exciting? I like your wall behind you. You got a lot of
Thank
great
you.
bands. Guns N'
No,
Roses and the Beatles and
yeah,
Freddie. Is that Freddie Mercury?
we have Freddie Mercury, we have the Beatles, Slash, but this is the room of my brother-in-law.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So now what I'm doing, he's a DJ. He works in radio.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome. So now I'm just passing the time with my parents, with him, with my sister, just
Did he
family
go to
time.
school for? Did he go to school for communications?
Yeah, there's a profession here called social communication. So
Yeah.
his background is social communication. So he was always in radio stations, outside doing events. He's not the
That's
DJ, but he's the one who is next to the DJ, like doing the talking, doing the animation of the people, you know.
that's cool.
And he's a professor in the university. He
Oh wow.
teaches communication. Yeah, he had a lot of podcasts. He has a YouTube channel as well. So he's everywhere in in the media scenario, let's say.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but now that I'm just having a family time here, taking advantage of my family, man, to be with them.
Do you is your official did you have to get a green card to travel there? Or like
No,
a
no, no, no. I'm a Colombian citizen. This is my.
Oh, okay.
I was born here,
Gotcha.
and I have the Canadian citizenship. So I
I
have two
see.
citizens. Yeah.
That's
So
awesome. I've never been
no,
to another country. I need to do that
no,
someday. No,
really.
never. I've been in a cornfield for the past 44 years.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, man.
that's sad.
I no, it's not sad.
It's all right.
Why?
I've I've
Uh,
I've been around the United States a little bit, but I really my dream is Egypt.
Really?
I want to see the pyramids
Fun.
at Giza really bad.
Okay. Cool. Why not?
Hell, Peru, I'd love to go see Machu Picchu, and that'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
I've been in not a lot of countries, but in a couple of them. In US, I was in a lot of states there. Of course, Canada, Colombia, Venezuela, Romania.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I like traveling. I have no choice. I have to go from Colombia to to Canada, and since United States is like in the middle, so sometimes I take advantage to stay there and for a week in
I see.
California or in Florida, stuff like that. Yeah,
Flying is a little crazy right now in the United States, or was during the shutdown.
I hate flying. I hate. I
Really?
hate. I hate heights. I'm so stressed
Ah,
being
I
up
love it.
there. Really?
I sit in a
I
window
hate it.
seat every time and I just look out.
Oh man, I hate flying. Oh man, so yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, I had fun
Yeah,
tonight chatting with you.
yeah,
What?
it was cool. So let's stay in touch for the next one, and maybe we can do a part
Absolutely.
2 of the West Memphis 3 with revisited information. Why not?
Okay. We can
And
I'll watch one of those videos our friend recommended.
yeah, why not? And
The
what did I want to
I'll
say?
watch Paradise. I'll watch Paradise Lost and maybe some.
I
And
will
Kin Mains.
consider. I will consider the result of today a draw. I don't take into consideration the first game it was crap from both sides. So
Oh
we are
yeah.
still even Steven, for sure. It was called the
That's
15
true.
minutes game. Yeah. So thank you,
I don't
man.
mind
It's always a
losing.
pleasure. I appreciate your time and stay in
Yeah,
touch, man.
buddy. I love
Uh,
it. Have a good night.
you too, man.
Bye.
And see you guys in the chat. It was nice to have you here. And maybe tomorrow I'm gonna go live to talk about some stuff related to Delphi. Especially, I am preparing something related to, of course, Keegan Klein. And why do I think that the defense attorneys of Richard Allen they didn't they didn't push the Keegan Klein's narrative? And maybe if you want to be with me tomorrow, I'm gonna be doing that. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. Just gonna say bye bye to every one of you. Thank you for joining the chess game. I know that this is not for everyone, so I was not expecting a lot of people tonight. But we had VIP viewers like V, Streets of Bakerfield. It was so cool the other time when you called. I really had a lot of fun, so maybe we can do that together again. Shay Watson, of course, one of my members. Thank you for your support, and I'm gonna wait for your information. Critical True Crime. I saw that you were live today. I couldn't catch your live, but I'm gonna try to catch the replay. Let me see who is here again. I think Shibugis was here at one point, so thank you, Shibugis. Of course, the troll. Thank you, troll, for calling. Anyways, for being here. You had some interesting points, like the 12 hours interrogation, etc. It's just that you were a jerk, and we can talk in a civil way without being jerks. Lee, maybe thank you for that. Thank you for being here. So all of you guys, thank you so much. Stay in touch. Zeke, Michelle, Fishy was here for a while. So see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for Julieta one. Bye bye. Ciao, guys. See you tomorrow.